Hi, welcome to Elizabeth Reads. I have Tamsin Winter's Jemima Small versus the Universe here, and we are now on chapter 31, Mystic Avani. It was the first Saturday of half term, the day before my birthday, and I'd spent the entire morning revising. The Brainiac selection day was only 9 days away, and I still had advanced spelling, ancient history, and world literature to cover. It was going to be a long week. When I went downstairs, the front door was wide open, and Dad was putting Luna's fold-up table into the boot of her car. I still had my nightie on, so I didn't go outside. "My psychic energy feels so strong today," Luna was saying. She immediately turned round like she could sense me and walked inside. "I'm doing a psychic fair in Saltfort Village today. Want to come?" Dad quickly followed behind her. "Jemima's probably got homework to do and studying for Brainiacs. Besides, I don't want her head filling with..." Luna put her hands on her hips. "Distractions." "Oh, come on, Ryan. It's her birthday tomorrow and the first day of half term. She's got all week to revise. It's only for a few hours." Luna looked at me. "Fancy it?" "Well," Dad said, "would you like to go with Luna? I was hoping we'd go to Nana's this afternoon. There's a tea dance on." I thought about it for approximately 0 seconds. "Great," Luna said. "There'll be crystal healing and Reiki and spiritual guides aromatherapy and Willow's bringing her vegan burger van." "Can Miki come?" I asked. Luna said sure, just as a smoke alarm started going off. Dad ran into the kitchen shouting, "With all your psychic energy floating about, you'd think you'd notice the toast burning." A few minutes later at the kitchen table, Dad put a plate of half-burned toast and mashed avocado in front of me and sat down. "Listen, Jem." I didn't need to be psychic to know he was starting one of his lectures. "I can't eat burned toast. It's bad for you," I said. "It's got acrylamide in it." "No avocado," Dad said, laughing. "Now, listen. Luna and her friends at these psychic fairs have lots of very interesting ideas about the world, same as your Nana. Anyway, as you know, I don't share their..." "Gift?" I said. Dad smiled. "Exactly, their gift. And I don't really want you sharing it either. These fairs attract some right weirdos. Luna's under strict instructions not to let you speak to any spiritual guides or witches or ghosts or whatever." "Don't worry, Dad. It's not Halloween yet." "You know what I mean." I took out my phone and tapped the screen. "Miki says he'll come." "Oh, good. I'm glad someone sensible's going along." It was typical of my dad to call someone with a fart machine sensible. I walked over to the bread bin to make some more toast, and Dad gave me a strange look. Jemima, I know people at these fairs dress a little crazy. I mean, look at Luna. And I wouldn't normally tell you what to wear, wear whatever you want around the house, but that dress you've got on, I mean, it's a nice dress. You do look nice. I just don't know if it's right for the fair." "Dad, it's my nightie." "Ha, okay, good, right, get dressed then." He couldn't get out of the kitchen fast enough. I waited until Dad had driven off, and then I went upstairs and sat in front of the mirror. I carefully applied electric energy hair chalk to each section of my hair until it resembled a rainbow. A rainbow plugged into fluorescent lighting. I stood up and twirled around 360 degrees. Maybe the chemicals in hair chalk did something strange to your eyes because I looked okay, sort of better than okay. I took a selfie and sent it to Miki saying, "You ready?" He messaged back, "Oh!" Big starry eyes. I pulled on some leggings and a yellow dress with a triangle pattern that Luna had made me a while ago. I liked it because the fabric was stretchy and it came down past my knees. Plus, the triangles were all equilateral, which meant if I got bored, I could practice geometry. I picked up my cardigan and went downstairs. Luna's mouth dropped open. "Jemima, your hair!" "Does it look okay?" I fiddled with a bright orange strand next to my face. Luna put her hands on my cheeks. "It looks amazing, like a rainbow, but you know your dad is going to kill you, right?" "I'll wash it out as soon as we get back, so we'll never know. Anyway, I'm 13 tomorrow. I can dye my hair how I like when I'm 13. Luna whisked me out of the front door, down the drive, through the gate, and into her car in one graceful movement. That's the thing about Luna. She makes everything seem magical. When we got to Miki's house, his mom said, "Wow, Jemima, I love your hair." "Arigato gozaimasu," I said, scraping my hair to one side. "Miki said your Auntie Luna does psychic readings. I have to get her number." Miki came downstairs and stood in the doorway. His mom ruffled his hair. "Jemima wakyo mo kawaii ne, huh?" Miki nodded as Nico walked over to Luna's car. She said you look pretty, Miki said. Jem, your hair looks phosphorescent. Thanks. Why are you speaking like that? Thought you'd like it. Mum got me this app called Word Doctor. You type in a word and bigger words come up that mean the same thing. I'm going to use it all the time from now on. I don't know, Miki, I said, walking back to the car. You just told me that my hair looks like it's been exposed to radiation. Miki laughed. Oh, this app is more awesome than I realized. Have fun, you two, Nico called as we drove off. Thanks, Mom, Miki called out the window, tapping his phone. Have a humongous day. We drove for about half an hour, and Luna stopped outside a village hall with a sign up saying, The Eyes of the Universe Psychic Fair. It didn't take long to help carry Luna's stuff inside because she doesn't have that much equipment. She says the only special equipment she needs are her tarot cards and the gift, which she inherited from Nana, the same as her folding table. Miki wandered around and stopped at a stall selling dream catchers while I wrote Luna's sign. Luna, Diamond, Tarot Readings, Aura Readings, Celestial Wisdom, Discover Your Destiny. Cash only. In each corner, I drew a shooting star. Luna opened her mouth like she was going to say something, then changed her mind. Thank you so much for helping. Now, I need a moment of peace to channel my energy. She handed me some money. Here, enjoy yourself. I found Miki near a stall draped in purple fabric with a huge statue of Buddha in the center. He elbowed me and pointed to an old lady sitting at the table opposite. Her sign said, Mystic Avani, Palm Reader, your fate is in your hands. I accidentally made eye contact, and Mystic Avani leaned forward like she was going to tell us all the secrets of the universe. I remembered what Dad said about not speaking to spiritual guides and trying to work out if palm readers came under that classification. Come on, Miki said, tugging my arm. I've never had my fortune told before. Before I had a chance to protest, Miki had sat down and the old lady was holding his left hand. I pulled a chair out and sat down next to him. Ah, a water hand. Miki looked at me and I shrugged. An artist, Mystic Avani said and peered into Miki's palm like it was a deep well. You have great gifts, my child, tremendous gifts. She patted his hand with hers. You're talented, kind, joyful. Cherish these gifts. She carried on talking, moving her finger over his hand, talking about heart lines and headlines and what they signified. I knew about the lines on your hand. I'd read about them in my human anatomy book. They're called palmar flexion creases. They're so you can stretch and scrunch up your hand. But I doubted Mystic Avani cared about what it said in human anatomy books. Be confident, she said to Miki. Your destiny is on the stage. She bowed her head. Did you hear that? Miki said. The stage, that is so weird. Yeah, spooky. I didn't mention he was wearing a hoodie saying, Warning, I break out into show tunes. I was about to stand up when the old lady grabbed my hand and pulled it towards her. She held it firmly and examined it like a petri dish. What is it? I asked, but she slowly shook her head. Nothing, my child. End of reading. She bowed her head again, and I noticed her earrings were shaped like hands, with tiny eyeballs in the center, like my Nana's tattoo. Did you see something in my hand? I asked. Is it bad? It had to be bad because she wouldn't tell me. I already knew from Luna that psychics don't give negative readings. I picked a card that called Death once, and Luna even managed to make that sound positive. Mystic Avani leaned forward and looked at me for a long time, like I was a puzzle she had to figure out. She took my hand again, and I looked into her eyes. They were deep brown and full of energy, like stars exploding. It was as though the whole universe was looking back at me. Tiny specks of dust floated in the sunlight between us. She lifted my hand up, then closed it, like she was trying to catch the light. You'll find what you've been looking for, child. Then she let go. Logic told me my hand couldn't reveal my future, but weirdly, when I looked down at my hand, it felt like those tiny lines etched into my skin were more precious than ever. The end of chapter 31. I'll see you next time.